not the dead, rather the living.
Hi, I'm Reverend Dave Christensen, Director and Lead Investigator for Phantasm Paranormal. I'm going to talk to you about a cemetery we investigated around 2001, 2002, something like that. Calhoun Cemetery was established in 1884, and it is located on top of a hill overlooking Willow River, with an estimated 1,352 grave sites, with only one notable historic figure by the name of Isaac Parrish. Isaac Parrish was born in March 1804 and passed away at the age of 56 on August 9th, 1860. He was a U.S. Congressman. In 1833, he was prosecuting attorney of Guernsey County, Ohio, and a member of the State House of Representatives in 1837. He was elected as a Democrat to the 26th Congress in 1839 and served until 1841. In 1845, he was again elected to the 29th Congress, serving until 1847. Not a candidate for renomination, he resumed the practice of law and engaged in freighting on the Missouri River until his death. Calhoun Cemetery was quite interesting, to say the least. We made approximately 10 trips out to that location during the summer of like 2000, 2001, somewhere around there. On several occasions, we'd be walking amongst the grave markers, and we noticed somebody standing in the distance in the moonlight. As we would approach the individual, they would duck behind a tree, never to be seen again. During each of the investigations, there were only 4 people that attended at any given time. We would split up in 2 groups and separate. 2 people per group, and we would walk up and down the roads of the cemetery. On multiple occasions, as we would approach the other group coming in the other direction, we would notice 3 people instead of the usual 2, and one of them would vanish as they approached. On multiple occasions, we would see orbs of light shooting across our paths, and sometimes one would stop and hover above the ground approximately 8 to 10 feet for a few seconds before vanishing. Disembodied voices would be heard on the northeast corner of the cemetery next to the steep embankment. This is the entrance to the cemetery. While we were walking around the cemetery, this is just before sundown, I took this picture. If you look at that grave marker, the tall one in front of the guy walking, you'll see something in the background. I zoomed in on that image that was back there, and it appears to be a soldier, the spirit of a soldier floating in the air. You can see his head, his arms, his torso, and his legs. And you can also, the red arrow is pointing towards his belt buckle. Just before sundown, like I said, I was going around taking pictures. And we got a couple of orbs here. There's one over on the left side of the picture. Now this was quite strange. We were walking amongst the graves, and we heard something in front of us. It sounded like somebody talking. It sounded like a male voice. I took that picture, and you can see the ectoplasm. There's the face of whatever that is. It appears to us to be an angel or something. The girls were sitting along the road over by the car, and one of the girls told me to take a picture because she said she could see something above the car. I took the picture, and there was an orb up there. For some reason, a bunch of orbs would always conjugate around our vehicle. This is back on the embankment. Back in that area, when we were walking alongside the road, you can see the drop off of the bank. This one kind of blew us away. This was, I believe, in the southwest corner of the cemetery. You could see a mist in the air. It wasn't foggy. The humidity wasn't high. It was just this cloud that was floating there. And when I took this picture, this is what we got. If you look at some of them, they appear to be faces. That's an ectoplasm that we got back by the corner of the cemetery. That the cemetery, you feel comfortable in there at night, but down in the southwest corner and over on the, let me see, it would be the eastern side of the cemetery, there was a couple places there that really made you feel uncomfortable. Here's the layout of the cemetery. Up at the top where you see number 1, that's where we got the picture of what appeared to be a soldier in his uniform. Over in the other area, number 2, with the voices marked there, that's where we would that's where we would hear most of the talking along that embankment. Number 3 is where we got the image of what appeared to be like an angel. Area number 4, that's where we heard children laughing and giggling. And there was also something over there a couple times that really made us feel uncomfortable. It felt like something evil was back there. Number 5, well, there was a few things back there, but it really felt pleasant back there. It was really you felt very comfortable back there. And over in Area 6, that's where we got that strange mist cloud that we took a picture of, and it looked like a bunch of faces in it. But the red mark up there, that's where we always parked our car. And that's where a lot of orbs would just conjugate around our car. We lost a great number of photographs. And we lost all of our EVP recordings from the cemetery because of that house fire. We found a bunch of negatives, and I've had them in storage, and I finally got them out, and I took them into Walmart to see if they can put the images on a DVD. And if so, I'll update this video if there's anything on there of interest, okay? Well, you guys have a nice night, and I'll talk to you later.